snowing and you guys picked outside? It's cold. Undercover, it's still snowing. It's freaking cold.
That is a very garish jacket you got on there, Evie.
It's beautiful. Don't knock. Don't hate on it.
I didn't knock it. I was.
What do you mean,
let me get to my
garish?
second point. I was gonna say it's a very bold statement, but I love it.
Thank you very much. I am all about bold statements with my clothing. Alex said that he has no style, and then he made fun of my style, but I think my style is awesome.
What style? Alex doesn't know.
He has no style.
He wears denim. That's it. That's his style.
That is his style. It's denim. I'm freezing. It's cold out here. We have to be outside. Isn't there somewhere else inside that's not freezing in the snow? I hate the snow.
I mean, Zeus?
Please.
I mean, Denver's house is around the corner.
You got keys?
I don't have keys to Denver's house. Oh, wait. Maybe it's stopped being snowy.
Oh.
Maybe?
I feel like it's clearing up, maybe.
Maybe?
I do have keys to Denver's place.
We can't just barge in at Denver's place, although that would be kind of funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, it stopped snowing. Maybe we're good. Maybe we're fine.
Okay.
It's still freaking cold. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of used to it. Kind of born in Canada, so you know how it is.
I forgot I was born in Louisiana. I never saw snow there ever in my life.
Oh, yeah. Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, and then I moved here.
Where I lived.
It's way too cold. Anyway.
What can we do you for?
Questions. But but if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. Maybe.
It depends on the questions.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions. Also, I ran into Leia earlier. She found me laying on the ground. I got beat up by a local.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does that mean I need to beat up some locals?
I don't know where he ran off to, but I think Karma's a bitch because I'm pretty sure I saw him laying dead in the middle of the road, and I think he got smacked by a car. It was really good timing. I was going to get I was stealing my. Also, Pluto's a bitch.
Why?
Because I was going to get my Christmas present. I was maybe sort of borrowing his Christmas presents from under his freaking tree. By the way, his tree's on the ceiling. He like bolted it up to the ceiling.
Christ.
It's upside down. It's really funny. But I went to go steal one of the presents because he owes me one, and I opened it and it was freaking coal. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Oh, damn.
Look at this shit! Look at this! That is not a Christmas present!
That's literally just a lump of coal down.
Motherfucker tricked me. Yeah, not fair.
I mean, now you could use it as a weapon against him.
Oh, I could. No, that would be a terrible idea. That'd be a horrible idea. He would come up with something a whole lot worse. That would be bad.
I'll be fine. Just say someone else did it and then just treat his injury. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I do have a question. Ooh. What the fuck? Okay, sorry, distracted. I just found a ticket in my pocket. I got really confused.
Yeah, one of those just popped up in mine as well.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I just got a ticket. Apparently, I have a ticket in my pocket.
Oh. Well, I wish.
Anyway, your question.
Did you tell them what I did? Do they know what I did?
I think you're gonna need to be more specific to be tell who what.
The other day, you asked me a question. when we were at Arcadius. And Leia didn't seem very surprised by the question. Did you tell them?
I mean, it was a fairly innocuous question. I just asked how you were holding up.
Did you tell them?
They know.
What did you see? I want to know. Can I ask you that? Will you get mad if I ask you that?
I'm not comfortable discussing that.
Well,
After all, I only just recently learned that I was gassed.
you didn't know? How did you
It's
not
come
know?
back to me since then.
What do you mean?
It appears, in my own way of defending myself, somehow I put up mental walls to stop me remembering. But now those walls are gone.
And you remember?
I remember everything.
I know you say you're not comfortable discussing, but was... I need to understand what everybody else saw to understand what I saw, I think. Zeus,
Yes?
did you use it?
We all had to use it.
Can you tell me what you saw?
Versions of me that I don't like.
What do you mean?
In ways, I'm not all there sometimes.
What does that mean?
We just had an episode the other day. It fills me with rage. I don't know who I am sometimes. The first time it happened, I shot Leia.
You shot her? Why?
I didn't mean to. It felt like someone else was holding the gun, pulling the trigger. It felt like I was just watching it happen. I just felt so much rage. And then when the trigger was pulled, I just snapped out of it. And
What about
and
afterwards? Like later? Like a week later or a couple weeks later?
he still shows up. It's still with me. Still tormenting me sometimes.
It's gotten worse, hasn't it, Evie? Whatever it is that's happening to you, it's happening more, isn't it?
I'm just trying to understand it. If it was there before or if it was new, but I don't think it was new. You heard everything. I saw the video. You sent it to me so I could watch it. You heard the things I did before.
I did.
Callous and emotional. That was the term I was trying to remember. If I had to give it a name. A scientific name. It's called callous and emotional. It's the beginning stages of being a psychopath. But I'm not. I don't think I am.
Can I ask, who's been saying that to you?
Saying
Just out
what?
of curiosity. Planting that idea about you being a psychopath. Or is that something you've always felt about yourself?
I've always sort of felt it, but I just try to ignore it. But it's why I wanted to try it to see what would happen.
And now that you have, do you regret it?
I don't know. Honesty? There's a part of me that wants to go again. To try it again. But I don't know.
A part of you wants to do that again?
I can't I can't describe it. I can't explain it. I don't know how to put it into the right words. I don't. But that's why I wanted to talk to you guys, to know what happened to you guys afterwards. To understand. Because I don't think there's anybody else who understands. But I also don't want to make you guys relive stuff you don't want to relive or think about things you don't want to think about. You guys are the only people I could think of who might understand.
We understand. But at the same time, you're right, it is difficult for us to talk about. And for Christ's sake, for nearly 3 years, I wasn't even myself.
Do you remember the last 3 years?
I do. I know what I've become, but that's the bed that I made for myself, so it's no use crying about it.
What do you
Might as
mean
well
what
just make
you've
the best of my
become?
situation.
What do you mean by that, though?
Evie, 3 years ago, how did you know me?
You were a doctor.
At the time, did I show any sort of inkling towards this sort of lifestyle, the one that we lead now?
No. But
How do you think I ended up where I am now?
choices?
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
But that's the thing, though. I mean,
We are.
nobody can tell 100% what a person is. And
Just give it a second.
Sorry, continue.
why not? If you say you're remembering stuff and that was how you wanted your life to be, why not go back to that life?
I'm a convicted terrorist. I'm currently a wanted criminal. That is my life now. I can't hold up my hands and say, oop, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yes, you
I was
can, though.
manipulated into it.
But you could. Well, Cyrus did. He's the mayor now. People can change. Sort of.
You think EMS is gonna bring him back?
I mean,
Even if the doors were held completely open wide for me. They said, you know what, Will, you can come back. We'll even give you your old position back. I still would not be able to live with myself. I struggle even now. But the way I get through it is by continuing to move. Because if I stop, then I know I'm fucked.
What did you see?
You mind giving us a minute, Zeus?
Yeah.
What did you see?
It's not a dead, it's what I still see.
What do you still see?
It's even standing right there. I see Drake. Everywhere I look. He's still got that same expression on his face. Same as he did on top of Maze Bank. Not understanding what's happening, why.
He's the one
Every
that
day
you
there's
guys
a walking.
crucified the VPD?
Yeah.
Why? What was the point? Dr. Green said it was to say don't fuck with him, but what was the point behind it? Or was that truly the point?
That was just Crane getting revenge.
But why?
Drake knew too much. I confided in him at the time. This was before the plague was even off the ground. I confided in him that it was Edward and Morrigan who were conducting experiments on people, but he couldn't keep his mouth closed. He had to try running up on that with them. And after they knew that he knew, it was only a matter of time till they went after him. At that point, I had already been gassed. I'd already been injected twice. I was a prisoner of my own mind. Whatever Crane did, I just said yes. There was no hesitation, no thought behind it.
What?
Now I can see all of it clearly.
What snapped you out of it?
About 2 weeks ago, I had quite a bad crash. And apparently it was quite severe damage to my frontal lobe. Same as what happened before. This must have been the pieces falling in the right order again after that surgery. It came back as pieces at first, but now it's all there. It's happened before. Do you remember when Crane and the rest of the rest of them, stormed Pillbox?
Yes.
That was to take me. We had had quite a bad helicopter crash. It jogged my memory. I was just trying to get as far away as I could. The best thing I thought to do was throw myself at the mercy of the police and the EMS, hoping they could keep me safe.
And that's when
So they
they
stormed.
rushed Pillbox.
So they stormed the hospital, threatened to kill everyone in there unless I went with them. And they knew I wasn't going to let innocent people die just to save me, so I went with them. And then I was gassed again. And I was back to being a loyal foot soldier.
But that's what you saw was Drake? Every time?
All the time now.
You see him all the time?
He's always there, standing somewhere, just watching.
I see everyone who taught me. Everyone who died, who taught me how to live in Los Santos. And then before. They taught me how to do really bad things. But it's kept me alive.
When you see them, does it... What sort of emotion does it bring up for you?
At first I was really scared. But now I see them and they're fading now. I don't see them as much as I did before and right after.
That's why you want to be against it, because you don't want them to go.
It's part of it. I felt something else, and I tried to explain it before, but there was a moment where everything felt clear in my head. After I was past the initial terror of everything. I don't know how to explain it. I know it sounds stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid.
Well, I can't tell I can't tell anybody else about it because if I do, they're not going to be happy about it. They weren't happy that I chose to do it in the first place. Let alone if I let them know that I was choosing to do it again.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised it even went through. The people who care about you let you undergo it.
Pluto and Riley said it was my choice. Elle tried to stop it, but she tilted to Pluto and Riley. Because even if she had said no and they had said no, I would have done it anyway. It was my choice in the end. It wasn't hers. It wasn't theirs. I'm not a child, I'm not a puppet, I'm not a toy, and nobody can control me or tell me what to do. It was my choice.
I get that. I get that you're probably extremely frustrated with probably the resounding view, people just viewing you as a child.
They always will. Even Zen said it. They're always going to because they've known me since I was 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They've known me since I was a kid. They're always going to see me that way. There's no escaping that. There's no avoiding that.
This gas, it's not gonna bring you something new. You said about the manipulation, it will not.
But it
Take
could.
Take it from the people who have been under its thumb for years. This is only another way of controlling you.
I don't think it is. I think it's helping.
If that's the way you look at it, I'm not going to try and talk you out of it, but the only thing I would recommend is next time, if you do it on your own turf. Have your own people administer.
I can't. If I try that, they'll stop it. I know they will. They're not gonna let me do it another time. They barely let me do it the first time.
Well, maybe you should listen to them. Listen to us. Don't do it again. It's only gonna bring you to a horrible ending.
I'll think about it. You guys don't trust him anymore, do you? Should
It's
I?
getting late, isn't it?
Well,
If you care about yourself, you should stay as far away from him as you can. I know you won't, but please listen to me, Evie, when I tell you. If you stay by him, you're gonna end up dead. Or worse.
Hart said that about Elle, about Pluto, about Riley, about y'all, about everyone. I've been told to keep away from everyone.
I get that. That's the cop view of criminals, but I'm just asking you to take my word on it as someone who's been through this. Don't end up like me. Don't end up as a shell of what you could have been.
I'll keep it in mind. Thank you for being willing to meet and talk, though.
It's alright.
If you see Leia, tell her I said hi, okay?
We
And,
will.
and tell her I got coal. Let her know it was coal. She'll know what that is. Alright.
I trust this little heart-to-heart here will remain between us.
No, it will. I promise.
That's good.
I need to think on some things.
Of course. You take all the time you need.
Yeah. Thanks, Will. Also,
I'll see you around.
my truck is just as... What word did you use? Gaudy?
Garish.
Garish is my jacket.
I have to admit, I do love the look of that truck.
Hell yeah.
Go on, you stay safe.
You too. Bye,
Take care
Zeus.
now. Bye bye.